Hey everyone, thanks for hopping on the call this afternoon. We will get started just a few minutes after 2 just to allow people to hop on the call and not miss much. So thanks for holding tight really quick. Okay, hey everyone, good afternoon. Thanks for hopping on this afternoon's call. We hope that your week's going great. I don't know if we have anyone that's kind of like me and happy for some warmer weather, but I am, and I'm glad the snow is gone. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and get started. If you are joining by phone, will you please send me or Caitlin an email just so we know who you are? It just comes up as a phone number, so we're not able to recognize right off the bat who it is. So yeah, if you have joined by phone, just send me and Caitlin a quick email so that we know who participated. And I forgot to ask, can you guys hear me? If you could just write in the chat box, that would be great. Thank you. So just a quick check-in. If you'd like to just write in the chat your name and the site that you're serving at and where that is located, that would be great. And then if you would rather explore space or the bottom of the ocean. At HHCK on Wednesdays, we do like a virtual lunch club, and sometimes we kind of, can run out of things to talk about. So one of our coworkers asked this question, and I was like, I'm going to share this with members to see kind of what you guys think or what you guys would like to know more about. Let's see, a lot of you are saying space. And I think that's so funny because with our VISTA program, we had a lot of VISTA members that were like ocean. So I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. Okay. She was like the ocean, Alice, the ocean. So we got some people for the ocean too. I would personally like to explore the ocean more, the bottom of the ocean more. Okay, so we'll move right on into some program updates. Just a quick update on our performance measures for the program year. As February 16, 375 individuals have received or maintained their housing, and 1,135 individuals have received housing services. So that's awesome. I know that we kind of, we talk about performance measures a lot, and in no way are we reducing people to a number. It is just one way that we are able to demonstrate your impact in what you're doing in serving in our program. So we just wanted to kind of give everybody an update on how performance measures is looking for our program as a whole. As you can see, we're striving that 1,000 individuals receive or maintain their housing, or and then 1,000 individuals have received or maintained their housing, and 2,000 have received housing services. So that's just kind of some numbers on where we're at this point in our program year. Just a quick reminder, when you update or when you go into America Learns and you are adding your performance measure forms for your clients that you're working with, if you have housed that person, just remember to go in and update and add those housing dates in America Learns. We are opening up the option to send your performance measure forms to me still by the 15th of each month, but we don't want performance measure reporting to take up a lot of your time. We want you out and serving your communities. So yeah, if you feel like this is a better option for you, you can fill out the forms and send them to me by the 15th of every month, and I will enter them into America Learns. I will say with that, you will still need to keep on your personal calendar or whatever works for you to set reminders, especially if you have housed someone and that performance measure report needs to be updated. You still, it is still your responsibility to get that information to me if this is the route that you go. And if you have any questions about that specifically for your circumstances, reach out to me and we can talk about it. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about the public awareness activity. So this is an activity that has been written into our grant. It's not been talked about since your orientation, so I know that seems like forever ago, so it's probably a little foggy. In the each quarterly reflection report that is open in America Learns, and you filled it out, there are questions that prompt you to think about the public awareness activity, but we wanted to use this time to talk about it as well. And so the purpose of this activity is to get some experience in public speaking and to also educate your community about national service, also what that is, about AmeriCorps, and those hard topics about homelessness and housing, because those issues need to be talked about. They're happening, and we thought that this would be a good way to do that. We also know that we are in COVID times and we are in the pandemic, so in-person groups and things like that aren't really happening as much. So we're kind of leaving it open and, get creative with it. So some examples that we've thought about is maybe making a video to talk about your service and community issues. And you could, if the site that you're at has like a following on social media or uses social media, you could upload it on there or on your service site's website. We also talked about earlier or in the morning conference call, if you would like to make a video, you could send it to me or Caitlin, and we can share that on the Homes for All social media platforms and HHCK's social media and website. So those are some options. This doesn't have to be long or lengthy in that way. So if you want to talk about it, or if you have some ideas and you want to talk to me about them, feel free to. We're excited. And it just has to be completed by the end of the program year. So by July 31st. Some other examples, you could maybe host Zoom calls, if you have a good presence with schools or colleges or other organizations, you could host a Zoom call or, some virtual call that way. So, yeah, we wanted to make sure that you guys are starting to think about it at this point in the year. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to be sending from the Homes for All email a mid-year survey. So this is going to be in the form of a Google form. So it's not going to be launched in America Learns. So it will be attached to that email that we send out tomorrow. It's not required, but we would like to hear from you and get some input from all of our members in our program this year. We want to see how you're feeling at this point in the year, and we want to make sure that you have a great, successful second half of your service. And again, this is a safe place to talk about accomplishments, things that you want to accomplish, or any challenges and successes that have happened throughout your service in our program. So that will be sent out tomorrow. So just be on the lookout for that. Next, we are we've scheduled a coffee break. So it's just kind of a social hour, since we do have two large programs, and it is hard for us to get together and social distance in person. So we had a coffee break earlier in the program year, and so we thought it would be a good time to have another one. It's not required, but we would like for you to join and chat with other members serving across the state. They may be doing things similar to what you're doing, just in a different part of the state, or learn about, another type of position in our program and learn about other organizations that we partner with across the state, and just, it doesn't have to be like stuffy or anything like that, just a good time to chat and catch up. So we have scheduled that for March 12th at 5 p.m. at 3 p.m. That's a Friday. So you will see that on the Homes for All Google Calendar when you log into your America Learns account, when you're adding time or performance measure reporting. So before and kind of during the ice and snowstorm that we had sent out some emails about inclement weather and some options for you all if you are not able to serve on site, or if your site closed, or if you could not get to your site. So, we do live in Kentucky, and things can be different, every day when it comes to the weather. So we just wanted to do a little refresher again. Always check with your site to see if there are any service tasks that you can work on from home, and those need to be a priority. And then after that, you can work on some supplemental training modules that we sent out. You can create an account through Nonprofit Ready website, and when you complete a free training on there, it does generate a certificate, and you can send that to me. So with inclement weather, if those are some things that you, do you want to log your hours under teleservice COVID-19, and just note in the description box that it's for inclement weather. That's how we will know. That's how your site supervisor will know. On the last email that we sent, we did include your supervisors. That way they're on the same page about, inclement weather. If for some reason you are not able to serve because of a power outage or, something like that, you would want to choose, I did not serve, and here's why. You would choose inclement weather for that day or days. And you would just want, obviously, to keep your supervisor up to date with whatever the situation is. And, if you're able to, you can call me and Caitlin, so we are aware if for some reason, something like that is going on, like a power outage for, inclement weather. So just wanted to bring that back up. Okay. We would love for you to send photos to us of you in service. So we want to share this across our social media platforms, and we want to do this because we want to show your commitment to serving others, even through, the pandemic. So if you are out and about and you're wearing your service gear, or you're at your site, send us pictures. You can send it to us by email, or you can text it to us, whatever works. We would love to get those photos and share and talk about with, our followers and stuff about the types of services that you guys are doing across the state. Okay, some upcoming trainings. So in January, we sent out an email about the National Low Income Housing Coalition training, and this is happening on March 30th and 31st. There was a hard deadline for members to get back in touch with me so that we can get you registered for the event, because there is a fee for the training. That registration is still open. So if you had missed that deadline and you're like, crap, I really wanted to attend, please send me an email by Friday so that I can get you registered. So that on both of those days, on the 30th and 31st, that the trainings will last from 1 to 5 p.m. and that is Eastern Standard Time. So you're going to be hearing from, policy experts, researchers, affordable housing practitioners, and, low-income residents and other community leaders, about the state of affordable housing crisis that we are in, and some solutions. So, again, if you missed that deadline and you really want to attend, please email me by Friday so that I can get you registered. And that way you can get an email with the registration ticket so that you don't have any issues joining the training. And it does count towards your service hours. So we have set the end of service celebration and training dates for July 7th and 8th. And so please put that on your calendars, your personal calendars. You'll see it on the Homes for All Google Calendar. We will talk about it and send out reminders as the year goes on. But, it may be February, but July will be here before we know it. So we just wanted to take this time and for you guys to be aware. That is a Wednesday and a Thursday during the week, and we are going to keep it virtual. And we're going to use Ring Central like we always do for that. Both days are a half-day training. We'll talk about how to, the steps that have to be completed in order to successfully get you exited from the program so you can be eligible for that education award, and go on to whatever chapter is happening next, or if you want to serve again, there are steps that have to happen in order to get you exited. And we talk about in-depth the education award, how to use it, how to access it, answer any questions, and then also do some career services training. So we just want you guys to be aware and go ahead and put that on your calendars. Okay. For those that served last year in our program, right before the pandemic, we were able, it was the very last in-person training that we were offered before the pandemic. And we did a mental health and first aid training here in Frankfort. And so I get emails from the mental health and first aid website, and I just thought it was some really good tips to share with everyone. And it's just 5 tips to help practice resilience in 2021. So, making sure that we're being open to change because change is happening all the time. Keep things in perspective. Make sure you're taking care of yourself with activities that you like to do. Self-care is very, very important all the time, but especially right now. Making sure that you are prioritizing your relationships. It may look different because we want to keep everybody safe and healthy, but FaceTiming or whatever works. Keeping your relationship strong. And ask for help if you need it. That could be in service. If reach out to me and Caitlin. If there's something going on and you need someone to talk about, we may not necessarily know that it's happening because we're not there on site. And so unless it's brought to our attention, we don't necessarily know. So if there's something that you want to talk about, Caitlin and I, we have an open door policy. We're always here to talk to you all. And so that's one of the things that we are good at. We never want we don't ever want anyone to feel like they can't talk to us. So I just thought those were some 5 tips to kind of push forward through, service and in 2021. And then I just want to say thank you. You guys are amazing. I love talking to all of you all and hearing from you. I wish that we could have an in-person training right now, and maybe in the future, I don't know, maybe that will happen. But I'll open it up and see if anyone has any questions that they want to ask in the chat box, or yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Okay, well, I don't think anybody has any questions. So I just want to say thank you so much for hopping onto the call this afternoon. And hopefully we'll be seeing you virtually at the coffee break in a couple of weeks. And I hope that you have a great, productive rest of your week. Thank you guys so much.